Graham Poll is the referee, getting us underway here. Spurs kicking off and an early touch for Steve Carr. Spurs haven't scored here in their last 4 visits. They've only won once in the last 17 league meetings against Manchester United. United have only lost 1 league game here this season, and that was against Middlesbrough in December. Since then, they've gone 30 games unbeaten in all competitions. It's some record. But can they stretch it? This is Anderton. Back to Carr. Everson making the diagonal run and covered by Ronnie Johnson. Alex Ferguson has told his players to maybe just exercise a little more control. He feels that in recent games they've just been trying to force things a little too much and have lost their rhythm. Carr's interesting ball in is too long for Ferdinand. It's Beckham that gets it away. Won by John Scales. A couple of late season appearances for him after so many injury problems. Here's Ginola, the dual winner of Footballer of the Year titles. Tim Sherwood looked to be caught by his old Blackburn teammate David May. Graham Poll wanting a word with Sherwood. Might have been something said there. Let's just try and assess Tottenham's mood early on here. Ginola battling away. Justin Edinburgh up to Les Ferdinand back in the side today. I think ideally George Graham would have wanted Ferdinand on the bench after his injury problems, but with Chris Armstrong out, he's had to put him straight back in the starting lineup. Edinburgh with the header. Here's David May. He did well there to pick out Ryan Giggs. Anderton checking the run. Here is Everson. Good run from the Norwegian. Keane was there, and you can see a bit of the tension there among the Manchester United players. Keane having a strong word with Dennis Irwin about something, getting quite angry. Campbell beating Teddy Sheringham in the air. Sheringham, of course, spent 5 seasons at Tottenham and scored nearly 100 goals for them. That's Irwin with the header. Down towards Anderton, but Scholes is back there. They've gone for the attacking option in midfield. Scholes and not Butt playing. United careful too to keep Nicky Butt fresh for the European Cup final, where he'll be vital when Keane and Scholes are suspended. This could be an afternoon of unbearable tension, as it was in '95. I remember seeing Manchester United on the last day then when they had to win at West Ham. Didn't do it. Series of misses by Andy Cole, and Blackburn were champions despite losing at Liverpool. Here is Scholes. Dennis Irwin getting forward. Now Giggs. And a crossing towards York, and an instinctive effort, well saved by Walker. First chance for Manchester United after 4 minutes. And the man who's been lethal this season, Dwight York, was on the end of it. Good instinctive save by Ian Walker. United have a corner though. It was away by Edinburgh. Scholes. Everson back defending. Freund helping it forward. Manchester United may well feel that Spurs could mentally throw in the towel and get out the deck chairs if they go a goal behind here. The longer they can keep it at 0-0, the more they may be interested in playing a crucial last day role. But I tell you, I've spoken to a lot of Spurs fans in the last few days, and they all want their side to lose here. They do not want Arsenal to win the championship. What a strange situation it is. Ginola has got a bit of a knock. Beckham going for a long effort. A bit like the one he tried from the halfway line. And Ginola, is he going to take any further part? He's got a little knock there. Some quotes from David Ginola on the build-up to this game, which caused some headlines, where he said Manchester United deserve to win some trophies. They're good for the game. They make people dream about football, and they were rather misinterpreted as we look back at that United chance for York. May powering it away. Ginola is still under treatment, and Spurs have 10 men at the moment as Roy Keane brings it forward for United. Up towards Dwight York, carefully policed by John Scales. Scales kept out nearly all season by a calf injury. He's had surgery on it. Six minutes gone, 0-0. May into the melting pot for Sheringham to knock down into the path of York, or he hoped to anyway. It's only his 8th league start of the season, Teddy Sheringham. Neither he or Dwight York have ever won a championship medal. So there's a bit of hunger among those United strikers especially. York picking the ball up. Giggs just overplayed a little bit. Here is York again. Beckham. Freund got back the German to do the covering. Now it's Tim Sherwood. Has been a very useful buy for Tottenham, and how Blackburn have missed him. I wonder what he feels about their relegation. Sheringham. Nervy kind of start, really. Oh, and York, that's going to go in, is it? Off the post, what an incredible incident. The rebound off Dwight York, and goodness me, it stayed out. Well, this would have been absolutely bizarre. It looked to be going in. It hit the inside of the post. Geometry was on the side of Tottenham, and you have to say Arsenal too. United denied by a fraction of an inch of the dream start they were looking for. And Ian Walker would have had to watch his step around North London, having made an error like that to give United a goal. Card, no handball given. Difficult ball for Ferdinand by Anderton. Beckham's picked it up. Sheringham. Here's Keane. Out to Gary Neville. Beckham. United much more at home, back on their Old Trafford patch, having played 3 consecutive away games. And apart from the Middlesbrough one, the sides pitched against them were really, really up for it. Stefan Freund. Now Stefan Everson, Tottenham's top goal scorer this season with 13. But a misunderstanding there. And already Tottenham are preparing to introduce Jose Dominguez. I don't think we're going to see any more of David Ginola. Good news for Manchester United. A potential Tottenham goal scorer taken out of the equation. Giggs squares well, and away by Carr, with York again lurking. United beginning to put the squeeze on. It's taken quickly. Gary Neville plays it in. Scholes was waiting behind. Freund got it away. Even Everson is back there. So Tottenham with Jose Dominguez coming on, the 25-year-old Portuguese player who made a good substitute appearance in the North London derby against Arsenal recently. Might be going to Porto, they say, in the summer. Here he is now, Dominguez. Tricky, speedy little player, but he's not Ginola. Gary Neville. Played long towards York. Scholes for Manchester United. United intent on keeping their patience and concentration. Those are the messages that Alex Ferguson has been ramming home to them. Gary Neville couldn't get it past Dominguez. Now York's got it, and he can't keep it in play. How vital might that incident be with York's rebounded effort hitting the inside of the post but coming out. Here is Ferdinand. Bit sloppy that by Ferdinand. Giggs can pick it up. Beckham for Manchester United. Back to Roy Keane. The skipper so influential. Irwin's chip forward, but Sol Campbell is going to be the biggest obstacle, you feel, to Manchester United today. York. Still Dwight York. Now Ryan Giggs. Thinking about the shot, and then thought better of it. There was an opportunity. They're having to rebuild it and reinvent the attack. Beckham just putting his defenders under a spot of pressure. Sheringham doing well. Seemed to be fouled by Sol Campbell. Not given. Referee was close though. Now it's Dominguez. Everson. Sherwood. Anderton. And Freund. Tottenham doing that nicely, but can they start to cause some damage among the United defence? Anderton's little chip, but Carr not really making any kind of effective run at all. York again. He's played in 50 of United's 60 games this year. Sheringham to Giggs. Scales getting it away. Keane picking it up. Here's Giggs. Lovely turn. Here's the shot from Giggs. Off Freund. Behind. Corner kick. If United score 5 today, they will set a new Premiership record for goals scored. They're on 78. Newcastle have the record with 82, but that was in a 42-game season. Beckham's corner. Giggs with a header on the near post. It was on its way. Clever header from Ryan Giggs. Just got the right amount of head onto the ball. Oh, careless. Giggs. Sheringham, can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. Beckham will whip this in. And he can't find York or Scholes or Giggs. They were all there. Great bit of play by Gary Neville. And Dwight York can't finish it. All set up by Gary Neville's brave header. It's falling to the top scorer most of the time. And he got the angle wrong. York, who's in the race for the Premier League Golden Boot. 18 goals so far. along with Michael Owen, who can't add to that because of his injury, and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, who can. Anelka of Arsenal's on 17. Keane. Again, York doing the chasing. Does well too. Beckham in towards Sheringham, who did ever so well, and here is Scholes, but the flag is up. Offside. Brilliant piece of work by Teddy Sheringham, offside or no, to get his head onto that and deflect it into the way of Scholes, who was definitely offside. I have to say their form of late has been just a bit worrying if you think ahead to the European Cup final. Now then, Everson, end of handball, Everson! Instinctive little chance. Peter Schmeichel saying he handled that and he might have a point too. And let's have a look. Well, there did seem to be a strong hand of handball twice there to me. Referee is now giving a good telling off to Peter Schmeichel. That would have been a hullabaloo had he scored there. Handball was not given. It would have counted. You can expect, I think, a few changes at Tottenham for next season. There's been talk they'll sign Chris Sutton, with Blackburn now relegated, and maybe Robbie Keane of Wolves, two of their particular targets. May, not accurate enough. Carr and Anderton mopping up for Spurs. Tottenham as yet not existing really as an attacking force. Scholes again, the flag catching out Manchester United. I was talking to a few of the guys down in the press room, the football writers, earlier on, as we look at that one again, and they were saying they thought it'd be all over after 20 minutes. United would storm into an early lead and Spurs would throw in the towel. Hasn't happened like that as Ferdinand tries that effort and he scored. Les Ferdinand has scored for Tottenham. Goodness me, it was only about their second or third attack. Look at the faces of the United fans. Right out of the blue, what a turn-up that is. Les Ferdinand, who'd been absolutely anonymous on his return to that point. And Alex Ferguson and Steve McLaren are stunned. Everson got the flick on and Ferdinand showed his class there, and Peter Schmeichel couldn't keep it out. Is that the goal that could cost Manchester United the championship? Unbelievable. But here's Beckham for United. Deflects off Sol Campbell. It's still 0-0 at Arsenal though. I can tell you that news of that Tottenham goal has been transmitted to Highbury already, and the Arsenal fans are going crazy, apparently. Neville. Edinburgh cutting it out. Graham Poll quickly on the scene here. And I wonder if he's going to add to his yellow card count for the season. It's already over the century mark. Sheringham's robust challenge on Campbell has earned him a yellow card. And there's the Ferdinand strike again. That might be one of the indelible images of this season. It's a desperate moment, this, for Peter Schmeichel. the first time Ferdinand scored since December as well, just to rub salt into United wounds. Only his 5th of the season. The cat is really among the pigeons here now. Scales to Sheringham. Keane. United, who are pushing the ball about and just gently probing, feeling that the breakthrough eventually would come, but now they're chasing the game. Keane's got forward here though, and now it's Dwight York, and then it's Paul Scholes, hits Freund on the way through, goes out to Giggs, and it's a corner. These are agonising moments for Manchester United. Beckham, deep, Keane brings it down, can't keep it in play. Roy Keane, who hobbled off on crutches at Middlesbrough last week, and we wondered if that would be the end of his season, but a week later, here he is back again. A tough character, all right. That Tottenham goal, the first that any Spurs player has scored here since Darren Caskey back in the 93-94 season. A bit of a name from the past, as far as the top flight's concerned anyway. Giggs long towards York. Everson trying to play the 1-2 with Carr. Anderton. Freund. A lot of men forward here. Carr playing it in, and not long enough for Sherwood, who had a bit of space on the back post. That was a promising attack. Beckham. United will surely feel now that they have to up the tempo. The Spurs now, you feel, have just got a bit of a scent of this in their noses. An extra spring to their stride, and those who said that Tottenham would just soft pedal today, I think have got their answer already. No matter what their fans might feel, the pros have their pride, and he's wondering whether it's all going to slip away right at the death for Manchester United. There are incidentally 2 Premier League trophies, 2 originals. One is at Highbury and one is here, but which one will actually be presented? Keane. He's got a bit of space to run into. Giggs out wider. Scholes and York, and Edinburgh just nicks it away from Sheringham. Heart-stopping moments, but Tottenham survive again. Well, some of this is pretty hard to watch. Beckham, good-looking ball in, and Walker just about reached it. Did he? No. And Keane got in a header, but he couldn't really get any direction onto it. Beckham's ball in, Walker didn't make it. Just wondering if the goalkeeper got a palm to this. He was almost heading it blind, Keane. That was his problem. Ferdinand flicking it on. Giggs, good ball in towards York. It might fall for Scholes here. Great save by Walker. Sheringham in again. Scholes again denied by Walker. Can you believe it? Two huge saves by the Tottenham goalkeeper. It just won't happen for Manchester United. But York turns. Play on, says the referee. Giggs plays it in. And here's Beckham. Point blank range, and he's put it over. That goal leading a charmed life. Tottenham felt there was a hint of handball before all this happened. Here's the Scholes effort. That's a wonderful save by Walker. And then he does even better from point-blank range. Same player, Scholes. Manchester United and their fans maybe starting to get the feeling this might not be their day. But they've got a lot of time still. 10 more minutes in this first half, the whole of the second. What a finale to the season this is. Won't drop down for Scholes again. Campbell smuggles it away. Spurs playing with plenty of hunger themselves, looking for things on the break, defending resolutely. Never before in the history of football have Arsenal supporters wanted Spurs to win so badly as they do today. Edinburgh. David May getting it back. I wonder whether David may just be working his way into possible contention for a place in the European Cup final, with Ronnie Johnson maybe moved forward. Dominguez invited to shoot and off target. He hit it well enough, but the accuracy was missing. That's one by Edinburgh. Tension boiling up here all the time. The Spurs still lead by that goal to nil. Keane, great driving run from the skipper. Sheringham waiting in the middle. Played back towards Dwight York. Still might fall. There was a block in there too by Carr from York's little touch. United now have opened up all cylinders. Beckham in again towards York. Beckham deep, surely something in a minute for Manchester United. Spurs living on their nerve ends back there, scramble it away again. Here's Ferdinand. The danger, of course, for United is that they get suckered on the break. Anderton. Ferdinand's come towards the near post. They've lost him. It's Iversen with a chance. Great challenge by Gary Neville. Otherwise, Iversen might have made it too. Well, they were stripped bare here, Manchester United. What a challenge by England's Gary Neville. And earlier on, Keane's driving run. York's instinctive little effort might have been on its way, but Carr blocked it. Anderton. Johnson just getting enough onto it. It's come out, though, to Tim Sherwood. Can Anderton keep it in play? It looked as if it might have gone out, but no. Pretty athletic stuff from Anderton. Well, this really is a smash and grab raid by Spurs so far. It's been virtually all Manchester United, but they can't get past Ian Walker. And they might have even added a second one through Iversen. That's Sheringham's ball. And then Carr be a corner. That will be a corner. Six and a half minutes to half-time. Beckham's corner. Played long. David May with the header. Too high again. The chances are certainly arriving, but they are not being taken. David May, who left Blackburn Rovers before they won their championship. But he's put that right at Old Trafford. Dominguez. Sherwood. A Carr, who's been consistency himself this season, the right back. Played in every game bar one. Anderton to Carr, who's offside. You just wonder, don't you, where this story is going to end this afternoon. But whoever wrote this Premier League story seems to have kept us guessing almost until the final sentence. Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 0, Spurs 1. If there were no further goals, Manchester United would still be champions. But if Spurs get another one and win by 2 goals here, a draw would be good enough for Arsenal. Beckham. Lovely little touch by Ferdinand. Freund releasing Anderton, but he's got very little support. Everson. Sherwood is with him. Everson goes alone, and Schmeichel had to make an important save. It's really well struck by Stefan Everson. Tottenham at times looking quite threatening now. Anderton. Of course, the Tottenham manager George Graham was involved in the greatest ever finish in the top division with Arsenal's last kick success at Anfield in 1989. This is Everson's long-range effort, a good one too. Keane's dummy, but nobody behind him except Anderton. Ryan Giggs can attack Carr. York's waiting in the middle, but here's Scholes. Wide for Beckham, a real chance here for Manchester United, and David Beckham has got the equaliser. 1-1. Old Trafford goes absolutely wild. It's a wonderful finish from David Beckham, right across the face of the keeper. Scholes picking him out. The angle was pretty difficult, but the finish was great. The keeper got something on it, but not enough. And David Beckham with his 9th goal of the season. And his 5th in the last 12 matches too, after a run of 25 without a goal. That relieves something of the tension for Manchester United. Here's Giggs. York. Got an important little touch on it. Irwin, but Carr, who's pretty speedy, got across there. Played towards Beckham, but it only found Scales. Sheringham. Pulled back. Sherwood getting it away. Tottenham under the cosh a bit here, but they're looking for the breaks, and they're mounting them quite intelligently. Everson's having a superb game, holding it all together and looking a real quality player. I think whoever else partners in next season, and it might not be Armstrong or Ferdinand, I think Everson will still be around. He looks useful, as he did in his days with Rosenborg in Norway. Freund from long range, deflected, corner. Yet to open his Tottenham account, Freund. Well, you'd have to say, strictly as a neutral, that Manchester United were worth their equaliser. They'd created a lot. But Tottenham with a corner. Anderton playing it in there. Well, Beckham didn't win it on the near post. It only needed a touch, and United grateful to get that away. Wasn't really convincing, the defending. Campbell. And offside here against Anderton. Half-time from Highbury. Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 0. Sheringham, lovely little touch on for York. Beckham, the goal scorer. Away by the rock-like Sol Campbell. Twinkle-toed Dominguez. Good little run. Here's Anderton. Nicely done for Sherwood. Tottenham playing quite well when they do break out from their defensive shell. There goes the half-time whistle. It's been a dramatic first half here. United indebted to David Beckham's dead-eye finishing after Les Ferdinand had put Tottenham ahead with a very astute goal indeed. Really sharp that, looking at it again. Schmeichel just couldn't keep it out on his final Old Trafford appearance. But then Beckham came up with a vital goal for Manchester United. Really well struck across the face of Ian Walker. 1-1 at half-time. 0-0 between Arsenal and Aston Villa at Highbury. And the title still very much in the balance with only 45 minutes of the season left. Manchester United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1 at half-time here. Cole bidding for his third championship since that big money move to Old Trafford. What has Alex Ferguson said at half-time? Sure, he feels that if United continue to play the way they did in the first half, further goals will come. The Spurs did look dangerous themselves on the break. It's no formality. And remember, Arsenal 0, Villa 0. Villa surviving a pounding, apparently, in the first half. If United don't score again, and this does finish level, Arsenal could win the title if they do beat Villa. You could hardly have scripted this better, really. Tottenham making no changes, by the way, at half-time in the white shirts, of course. Here's Sherwood, who's been getting into some advanced positions. Wide for Jose Dominguez. Taking on Gary Neville and taking a tumble, feeling that he should have got a penalty, but very few other people at Old Trafford, including the other Spurs players, apparently, seem to agree with that. Let's have a look. Well, maybe there was a hint of a handoff from Gary Neville, but it did look like something and nothing. Remember, in the modern era, the Manchester United fans have not seen their side win the championship at Old Trafford. Last time it happened in '65, when Manchester United beat Arsenal 3-1 on the final day and won the championship on goal difference from Leeds. This, remember, the first of 3 massive games for United. The FA Cup final coming up against Newcastle on Saturday, then the European Cup final the following Wednesday against Bayern Munich in Barcelona. Anderton. After this long season, we will have the answers to this championship riddle in about 3/4 of an hour's time. Cole knocking it on for York. Giggs. Scales couldn't reach it. Edinburgh was behind him. And smuggles it away with Beckham waiting and hoping. Edinburgh in the side today for the suspended Argentinian Maurizio Taricco. Gary Neville. Cole in space. Brings it down. It's Andy Cole. Oh, it's a great goal from Andy Cole. A fantastic strike from an ace striker. It's beginning to look like Manchester United's championship now. He was onside, the control was excellent, and he was so cool. Wonderful composure. Cole, who missed all those chances 4 years ago in that last day drama at West Ham, he's taken that one. It's only about his second touch, and it's in. 24th of the season. Manchester United 1-0 down just before half-time, are 2-1 ahead. Calm it down, says Andy Cole. You try calming down the fans here. They are already starting the party. But here's Ferdinand. He might have other ideas. Now Anderton. Talk about inspired substitutions. Left out of the starting lineup. They bring him on, and that's his response. Flicked on, though, towards Everson, who got a little touch on that. And if he got any more on it, it might well have found its way past Schmeichel. That was danger. It's hard to hear yourself think at Old Trafford at the moment. For the first time, the sun peeps through at Old Trafford this afternoon, maybe symbolically for Manchester United. Johnson seemed to lose his balance at a crucial moment there, but no problems in the end. Giggs towards Cole. Scales cuts it out. You do feel that if United scored another one, that really would wrap it up. Just listen to the noise around here now. But this is falling to Ferdinand. Now Dominguez. Tottenham with a lot of men forward waiting for the cross. Dominguez can't get in that cross. Edinburgh might be able to. Yes, he does. Johnson with the header away. Now it's Steve Carr. Giggs tackling back well, though. And Irwin. So reliable, and such a disappointment for him that he has to miss the Wembley FA Cup final. Sport can be cruel sometimes. Anderton. Well, that goal really has released a lot of the tension. This is how Andy Cole scored it again. It was a great piece of control because the ball was coming over his shoulder. He brought it down in an instant and finished with the next touch. Steve McLaren and Alex Ferguson going into a wild jig. That takes Cole and York to 53 between them for the season. Beckham. Too long for Cole. Carr, has he conceded the corner or does Walker keep it in? He did keep it in. Anderton for Tottenham. Spurs who haven't won on this ground for 10 years when Gary Lineker got the winner. Yes, it was that long ago. Beckham. Scales getting it away. Still must be a little bit match rusty, you'd think, John Scales. It's his first appearance for 6 months the other night against Chelsea. But he's done all right today, which is more than Dominguez did there. Is this the first leg of the unprecedented treble for Manchester United, who are officially the richest football club in the world? There'll be thousands of their supporters, I know, watching this match now at all points around the globe. There'll be a few Arsenal fans too, though, who are shedding a few tears at the moment, I'm sure. But it's not over yet. Not by a long chalk. Still, though, Arsenal nil, Aston Villa nil. It doesn't really matter what Arsenal do if Manchester United win this, which, of course, they are doing at the moment. Dominguez, taken out by David Beckham. Spurs with a free kick. In a fairly advanced and dangerous position. Sol Campbell has come forward. He scored a couple against United at White Hart Lane, including one in the last minute in a 2-2 draw. He's in there lurking. Looks like Anderton's going to hit it. Here is Anderton, and it was Beckham who gave the free kick away, who blocked it. And now Giggs can lead the counter charge. Manchester United, who won no trophies, remember last season when they were without Roy Keane significantly for virtually the whole of the campaign. Could be 3 for them this year. Could be. Newcastle and Bayern Munich and maybe Spurs too, in what time we have remaining, may have other ideas. One of the bookmaking firms were offering 28-1 this morning against Manchester United ending up with nothing. Edinburgh conceding the throw. Spurs got any more shots up their sleeves. This is nicely worked there between Cole and York. York back to Beckham. Another of those crosses, and the header by Scholes was a peach. Arriving late, as he's done so effectively when he's played for England. Ronnie Johnson. Lovely touch by York to Cole. Tries to find York again. Good idea. Manchester United at times here, encouragingly for them, with those other big games coming up too, just beginning to look as if they may be rediscovering their best form. They do miss Jaap Stam at the back though, and he may be missing the FA Cup final from what one hears. He's got an Achilles injury. I saw him arriving earlier on carrying his little baby in a cradle, and we kind of guessed he wasn't playing when he made that entrance. This is Keane to Cole, and the chance has gone away. Sol Campbell is so strong in those kind of situations. One of the great things that United have is enormous strength and depth. And the subs bench today included Cole with 23 goals and Solskjaer with 17, an England international in Nicky Butt, another one in Philip Neville, and plus the sub goalkeeper Van der Haar. So Alex Ferguson has been able to shuffle the pack to some effect. Johnson read it well. Here's Giggs, happily recovered from his long-running hamstring injury. Irwin. Beckham is offside. Freund to Sherwood. Now Everson. Good touch by Cole for York. Gary Neville is making a run on his outside. York feeds him. Scholes. United in control of things at the moment, including in control of the championship itself. It's Keane. Seen him score from out there in a European match, notably. And there was a bit of a dive by Gary Neville and looked like one too. Oh, Edinburgh getting in a bit of a muddle, but Campbell as ever to the rescue. Manchester United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Les Ferdinand giving Spurs the lead, but then Beckham and Cole with important goals, and maybe Cole can get on the end of this too. Big challenge, but Scholes might pick it up. Saved by Walker again, and away by Campbell. Some hair-raising moments back there. Lovely football. Cole getting in. It was a good challenge by Carr, but it broke to Scholes. You thought he was going to score, but Walker has pulled off a series of magnificent saves. Recalled to the England squad this season, though not for the last match, Ian Walker. He's been particularly unkind on Scholes, the Spurs keeper. York, Giggs, and Keane squares it. Oh, it nearly fell to Cole. And I think Carr got in a very important foot there to deny Manchester United. A third goal would put Manchester United into the comfort zone and would effectively, you feel, secure the championship for them. But no such luxury yet. Dominguez. It's another 55,000 plus crowd at Old Trafford today, as it is for every game. I'm convinced they could probably fill this place with 70,000 if they had the room. Used to be 63,000 in the days of the old Bobby Charlton Law best era, but the seating has cut down the capacity, even though the ground is bigger now. Here is Irwin to Scholes. Now it's Keane. United playing that intricate one-touch football that is their trademark when they're at their best. I think it's fair to say that both Manchester United and Arsenal have been quite terrific this season. In many ways, they both deserve to be champions but of course only one of them can be. England do have two very fine sides, though. Three, really, if you include Chelsea. They've only lost 3 games this season, and usually that's good enough to win the title. Now then, Anderton for Tottenham. Have Tottenham got any more teeth left? Freund. Justin Edinburgh. Edinburgh again. Keane, very aware. Irwin getting the better of Darren Anderton. And Anderton having none of that and fighting back with the challenge. And Anderton is going to get a yellow card, a rather petulant response to that, which the referee does nothing about. Looked a little bit on the harsh side, the booking for Anderton. Here's Dominguez. Ferdinand wide. Edinburgh, nobody that deep for Tottenham. Now that's cleverly played by Dennis Owen. Giggs slipping at the vital moment. Anderton. Everson helping it wide. Here is Dominguez and Everson. Did that hit the hand of May? Everson again, and Schmeichel grabs it with a big smile on his face. Sent off at Tottenham earlier on in the season, the only sending off of his career. David May. And here is Gary Neville. Good ball by May to find him. Corner kick. Nicky Butt will be introduced by Manchester United. They're obviously looking to tighten things up a little bit. There's a clear indication of Alex Ferguson's thinking now. On comes Scholes, and on comes the more defensively minded midfield player. The better tackler by far of those two, Nicky Butt. Scholes is the one who's more likely to get you a goal. Butt is the man you bring on to keep the door shut tight. And United, remember, are the ones with the lead. Luke Young is going to be brought on by Tottenham as well, in place of John Scales. Young, the 19-year-old from Harlow in Essex, who's been given a new contract up to the year 2003. He's recently made his England under-21 debut and has looked pretty good when given a chance this season. So on he comes, centre-back for a centre-back. Substitutions by both sides. Here comes Beckham's corner. Sherwood niftily away. Gary Neville. Good awareness to pick out Beckham. Blocked by Anderton, but Beckham winning it back from his England colleague. Here's Dominguez. As things stand, it's United's championship. But one Tottenham goal here can change that completely, because Arsenal lead Villa by a goal to 0. Dominguez. Beckham. Wilson gets it away for Manchester United. Now it's Freund. Stephen Carr with an increasingly tense Old Trafford. Here's Young. Strange way of putting it, but you know what I mean. Edinburgh. Les Ferdinand. Dominguez. Crosses too deep for Iversen and Anderson, way too deep. It's a poor ball really, that by, let's say, Dominguez. He knows it. Playing for his Tottenham future, Dominguez. George Graham may offload him in the summer, though. Question really of how much money George Graham will have to spend. If Tottenham are to rejoin the elite, they'll need a bit. Giggs, lovely ball off the outside of his foot to pick out Andy Cole. Roy Keane. Gary Neville. It'll be a third championship for him if Manchester United pick it up. Nicky Butt too will be winning a third championship medal. Irwin and Schmeichel will be winning 5. It'll be the first for Dwight York, and what a first season he's had at Old Trafford. But let's not count any chickens at all. There's still 17 minutes remaining here, and it's only 2-1. Iversen, a strange header really, but ambitious. But has to work for it. Roy Keane, as ever, just holding things together in the centre of the midfield for Manchester United. It's a difficult little dilemma for Manchester United. Do they go chasing the third goal that would settle it, or do they just sit back a little and hold on to what they have? And what they have is the championship at the moment. Stuart Houston, George Graham's number 2. Of course, he's an ex-Arsenal man too. Ferdinand trying to find Iversen. United have definitely started to just sit back a little bit. Might they be inviting trouble? Remember that 1989 finish that we mentioned earlier on, when Liverpool could afford to lose 1-0 to Arsenal and still be champions. Very difficult for them to know how to play it strategically, and they ended up losing 2-0. Iversen's offside here. Inside the last quarter of an hour, Manchester United within sight of their 5th championship in 7 years, and that would equal Sir Matt Busby's number of titles for Alex Ferguson. And Sir Matt recorded his 5 titles over a 15-year period between 1952 and 67. Hard to make comparisons between eras. But the 1990s has very definitely been Manchester United's decade. And to think they'd gone 26 years without a title before 1993. Young, good ball to Ferdinand, who picks out Carr, Promising attack by Tottenham. Iversen attacking the near post. It's well read by David May. And Giggs quite happy to belt it somewhere out of the danger area. But here come Tottenham again. Strange kind of ball, that one by Tim Sherwood. Alex Ferguson has just come out to direct operations and make one or two little strategic points to his players. Well, the substitute is being substituted here. Jose Dominguez, who came on to replace David Ginola in the first few minutes, comes off and is replaced by another winger in Andy Sinton, who was an England international in the days of Graham Taylor, a long time ago now. Anderton. May. Oh, he was knocked in the head there by Sherwood. And Sherwood might be in a bit of difficulties over this. The referee, I think, seems to think it was accidental. I must say, I wasn't so sure. Steve McLaren, Alex Ferguson's number 2 there behind him. Coming from Derby this year when Brian Kidd left. What an opening few months he's had. And there may be yet more to come. York. Cole waiting in the middle if he can be found. It's Beckham. And it's behind by Sherwood for a corner. Can United get what would be a vital third goal, an argument-settling third goal? It's Beckham who plays it in. Ronnie Johnson with a header, but wide. Well, he's popped in 3 this season from his central defensive berth, but that was not threatening to be the 4th. Ryan Giggs has kicked his last ball in this league season, and it's another change to bolt things up because Philip Neville is coming on. Flicked on by Ferdinand, but just wrong footing Iversen. And a few more seconds tick by. Now there's 3 minutes left. And we're still in the position where if Spurs scored, it would change the destiny of the title. It would take the title away from Manchester United and give it to Arsenal. It's that close. Spurs with a free kick. Walker launching it downfield, no problems this time. United able to live reasonably comfortably. Philip Neville may wish to go backwards to keep possession, or take the ball into the corner anyway. Yeah, he's done that and trying to eat up a few more seconds. Desperate to just let the clock wind down. Free kick to Tottenham though. Under 2 minutes. Luke Young. Maybe one last salvo from Spurs on behalf of Arsenal. Johnson cuts it out. Calm it down, says Roy Keane. Keep the ball, for goodness sake, keep the ball. Phil Neville does more than that. He plays it in behind, but Cole is offside. A minute to go. Well, that must have been very close, very close. United fans beseeching referee Graham Poll to blow his whistle. Everson in towards Anderton, who goes down in the penalty area. Keane scrambles it away. Be sure that the United players know exactly what's going on at Highbury too. Carr plays it in. Beckham with a bit of a dodgy header, but Keane gets a huge cheer for just thumping it anywhere. Beckham. Now here's York, and he'll take it into the corner as well, I think. United just want to keep the ball now. The title is nearly Manchester United's. Arsenal and Villa has finished 1-0 to Arsenal. And they will be locked into what's happening here. 2 minutes will be added. 2 minutes. Oh, talk about every picture telling a story. Irwin. That will do really as far as Manchester United are concerned. We played, I make it just over half a minute of that 2 minutes. Alex Ferguson, of course, has his own stopwatch and gives his own reminders to referees. Anderton wins it. Ferdinand. This has fallen for Carr. Challenged by Irwin. Free kick is given to Tottenham. Don't say this is all going to be decided with virtually the last touch of the season. What a moment this is. Anderton with the free kick. Plays it in deep. Sol Campbell was there. Couldn't get in a header. Gary Neville. And now there'll be a bit more time to be added because United have a player down. Gary Neville's telling the referee, what about the time? Frantic stuff. Johnson wants to get on with it, really. They just want the whistle to go. And they paid to come in for this as well. It's absolute agony. As it must be too for the fans down at Highbury. And believe me, those Arsenal fans would love to be in United shoes now because it does look as if it's going to be Manchester United's title. There can be only a matter of seconds before the referee, Graham Poll, blows the final whistle on this endlessly fascinating championship race. Everybody in the ground is looking at him. Here is Cole. More seconds tick by. Spurs will just launch this downfield for one last attack maybe, but the whistle goes and Manchester United are the champions of England again. It's another Alex Ferguson party. Their 5th title in the last 7 incredible seasons.
I always hoped that one day we'd win the championship. But the second thing was to do Old Trafford, and I've done it, and I've realised that now.
And that equals the great Sir Matt Busby 5 titles as well. Does that fill you with honour? I'm
privileged to have followed Sir Matt because all you have to do is to try and maintain the standards he set so many years ago. This is a bedrock of Manchester United belongs to Sir Matt.
First leg of what you hope to be a treble, and you'd like to equal Sir Matt's European record, I'm sure, next.
Oh, that's a big one for me now. We've got to go for it.
Do you think you can win all 3 now, the FA Cup final next?
Well, that was the hardest. We've got out of the road. We'll go to Wembley. We're going to go there to win. And then to Barcelona with a great stay otherwise. we're going to enjoy it.
Were you aware out there that you had to win the game because Arsenal had won theirs?
I was aware we had to win anyway, no matter what Arsenal did. And they've been fantastic challengers to us. There's been a heck of a title race last year, this year, a point between the two sides in different years. We're glad and delighted at the players' performances over the year.
Champions of the 20th century, Manchester United, Premiership paradise regained. They have what they regard as their trophy back. Others will take a different view, but you cannot argue with this wonderful record since they put this new league in place back in 1992. The club of the 90s, undisputed.